When God made Eve. The Lord God fashioned into a woman the rib which he had taken from the man. Genesis chapter 2 verse 22. Have you ever wondered how God thinks? Kids would often tell us questions about how God made the world or when the world will end. We usually find these questions silly, but the truth is, we too have a lot of questions in our heads about Him. Often, His answers seem vague, cloudy, or even silent. One day, this question just popped into my head. What was going on in God's mind when He thought of making a woman? It was a plain, curious attempt to get a glimpse of the Creator's mind. I was not having a wrestling prayer with Him at that time. It was like chit-chatting with a good friend over a cup of coffee in a quiet garden cafe. Suddenly, words started running into my head. I took my phone, opened my ever-handy note-taking app, and typed this as if doing a one-on-one interview with the Creator. Let me tell you a secret. When I created Adam, I was over the moon. I planned everything well, and finally, Adam came to being. Because he was too good, I thought of making Eve. Just like any second versions, I added more. I intricately upgraded the features, enhanced what was good in him, and touched up the style with more feelings and colors. Eve is Adam 2.0. When I breathed on Eve, I saw her form into something or someone words could not explain. So I thought of what sounds to put together to describe her. Finally, I uttered for the very first time, beautiful. When Adam saw her, his eyes glimmered. But then when I looked closely, it was my own eyes that I saw. Eve was shining and stunning at the same time. It was like looking at sunrise and sunset in one single moment. And then I remembered, I sprinkled her with stardust because I thought she is meant to glow. A tear fell from my eye because of the bliss I had in my heart. I knew then that Eve must be handled with care, for she's the creation I made most fearfully and wonderfully. Better than the sun and all the stars, better than the ocean and its waves, better than all living creatures. No matter what comes her way, she will always be mine. Mine. God calls me mine. It's not the selfish kind of owning, but the selfless kind of holding. It's not being held and used for the Creator's own purpose, but belonging to the one whose deepest intention is to fulfill the best plans for your life. God calls you mine, and this offer has no beginning and end. We are His, right before we were formed in our mother's womb. We belong to Him, even if our days on earth are over. What more during the days when we feel alone in our struggles, numb in our weakness, and wallowing in all the mess we are in? If we could read His thoughts in those moments, I am sure that a good God who created us whispers nonstop, mine, mine, mine. You and I, we are God's. I find so much confidence in knowing that only God can ultimately hold us up. Our careers do not own us. Our relationships do not own us. Our sufferings do not own us. Through this book, Glow Up Girl, I wish to take your hand and invite you on a journey. Whatever you are going through right now, I hope the words in this book will be a breath of fresh air when you need to lighten up your burden. At the same time, I wish to hold you tightly as you face your fears and break barriers. In the end, I wish to dance in the fire with you, worshiping God with abandon and burning with a desire to be in God's heart for the rest of our lives. Can I take your hand now?